Have you ever wondered what keeps our bodies energized throughout the day? It's all about glucose, our body's main source of fuel. But what happens when the system that controls glucose starts to falter? Welcome to this journey as we dive deep into diabetes, a condition that affects over 540 million people worldwide, reshaping lives in profound ways. With projections estimating nearly 783 million cases by 2045, diabetes is more than a personal challenge. It's a global health crisis. Let's begin with understanding diabetes. So what exactly is diabetes? It's a condition where the body struggles to regulate blood sugar levels. This happens either because the pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin or the body can't use the insulin effectively. Think of insulin as a key that unlocks cells, letting glucose in to provide energy. When this system doesn't work properly, glucose builds up in the bloodstream, leading to high blood sugar or hyperglycemia. You might have heard the term diabetes mellitus. It's not to be confused with the much rarer diabetes insipidus. While both share symptoms like frequent urination and increased thirst, they're caused by entirely different mechanisms. Did you know that diabetes mellitus is one of the top 10 causes of death globally, claiming an estimated 6.7 million lives in 2021 alone? It's a staggering figure that highlights the urgency of understanding this condition. Let's explore the different types of diabetes. Diabetes comes in several forms, each with unique characteristics. Let's start with type 1 diabetes. This is an autoimmune condition where the immune system mistakenly attacks insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. Though it's often diagnosed in children and young adults, it can develop at any age. Globally, type 1 accounts for roughly 10% of all diabetes cases. Now, moving into type 2 diabetes, the most common form, affecting 90% to 95% of all cases. This type is often linked to insulin resistance, where the body's cells don't respond properly to insulin. Factors like obesity, genetics, and lifestyle choices significantly contribute. Here's an eye-opening fact. Obesity accounts for 80 to 85% of the risk for developing type 2 diabetes. The global obesity rate has tripled since 1975, fueling the diabetes epidemic. Then there's gestational diabetes, which develops during pregnancy due to hormonal changes. While it typically resolves after childbirth, it increases the mother's risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Did you know that 1 in 6 births worldwide is affected by hyperglycemia during pregnancy, with the majority being due to gestational diabetes? There are also less common forms, like type 3C diabetes, which results from pancreatic damage, MODY caused by genetic mutations, and neonatal diabetes, which appears in infants. Rare types like brittle diabetes and LADA also exist, each presenting unique challenges. Let's uncover the symptoms of diabetes. How can you tell if you or someone you know might have diabetes? Common symptoms include excessive thirst, frequent urination, fatigue, blurred vision, and slow-healing wounds. But these can vary depending on the type of diabetes. In type 1 diabetes, symptoms can develop rapidly over weeks. Type 2 diabetes, however, often progresses silently and may only be discovered during routine checkups. Gestational diabetes rarely shows symptoms, making screening during pregnancy essential. Alarmingly, over 240 million adults globally are living with undiagnosed diabetes, which underscores the importance of early detection. Let's dig into what causes diabetes. What causes diabetes? It largely depends on the type. Type 1 diabetes occurs when the immune system attacks insulin-producing cells. Type 2 diabetes arises from insulin resistance, influenced by genetics, diet, inactivity, and other factors. Gestational diabetes is triggered by pregnancy-related hormonal shifts. Meanwhile, type 3C diabetes can result from pancreatic damage due to injury, surgery, or illness. Genetic forms like MODY and neonatal diabetes are inherited, with each caused by distinct mutations. The modern rise in diabetes is closely tied to urbanization, sedentary lifestyles, and increased calorie consumption, particularly in low and middle-income countries. Let's talk about the complications of diabetes. If left unmanaged, diabetes can lead to severe complications. Immediate issues like diabetic ketoacidosis and hyperosmolar, hyperglycemic state require urgent medical attention. Long-term complications include heart disease, nerve damage, kidney failure, and vision loss. Here's a startling statistic. Diabetes causes one limb to be amputated every 30 seconds due to complications like diabetic neuropathy and ulcers. The good news? Many of these complications can be prevented or delayed with proper management and lifestyle adjustments. Let's see how diabetes is diagnosed. Diagnosing diabetes is straightforward and involves blood tests. A fasting glucose test measures your baseline sugar level after 8 hours of fasting. A1C tests provide an average blood sugar levels over 2 to 3 months. For gestational diabetes, an oral glucose tolerance test is commonly used. The results help determine whether you have normal blood sugar levels, prediabetes, or diabetes. Prediabetes affects an estimated 352 million people globally, making it a critical stage where timely intervention can prevent or delay the onset of type 2 diabetes. Let's discover how diabetes is managed. Managing diabetes involves strategies tailored to each individual. Regular blood sugar monitoring is essential. People with type 1 diabetes rely on insulin injections, while those with type 2 diabetes may use oral medications like metformin. Diet and exercise are powerful tools for management. Healthy eating stabilizes blood sugar, and regular physical activity improves insulin sensitivity. Aiming for overall heart health by maintaining a healthy weight, cholesterol, and blood pressure is equally important. Advances like continuous glucose monitors are making diabetes management more accessible globally. Let's focus on prevention in the future. While type 1 and genetic forms of diabetes aren't preventable, steps can be taken to lower the risk of type 2 and gestational diabetes. These include adopting a balanced diet, staying active, managing stress, and maintaining a healthy weight. Prevention programs, according to the World Health Organization, can significantly reduce diabetes-related healthcare costs, especially in high-burden regions. Living with diabetes is a continuous journey, but it's possible to lead a healthy and fulfilling life. By following your management plan, staying informed, and working closely with healthcare providers, you can minimize complications and improve your quality of life. Thank you for joining us on this journey to understand diabetes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of health and wellness topics. Together, we can spread knowledge and empower lives. See you next time.